Hello folks, it's Mr. Neil here, and in this video we're going to be using a Python library called Turtle to recreate flags from all over the world. So in the process of completing this lesson, you will learn how to write Python code to move the turtle forward. We'll use angles to write Python code that will make the turtle turn left and right. We'll write Python code to fill shapes that our turtle has drawn, and we'll do some arithmetic to divide rectangles into smaller shapes. And then we're going to use logic and problem solving skills to help answer some simple questions. The simple questions that we are how do you draw a flag in Turtle? To begin, we're going to think about what coding is, and essentially coding is problem solving. We write code to solve a problem. For example, Amazon's Alexa is made of code, and the problems that Alexa solves are, well, we might get bored at home, so how can we be entertained? How can I listen to my music? How can I talk to others? These are all problems that Amazon Alexas solve. For example, if I want to know an interesting fact, I can merely ask Alexa, Alexa, give me an interesting fact.
Did you know? A year on Neptune lasts 165 Earth years.
No, it didn't actually. Anyway, back to what we're looking at. So we're going to use Python and the Turtle library to recreate lots of different flags. And we're going to be using the online development environment of REPL. So let's just head over to REPL. So here we are in REPL and I'm just in a blank screen. So I need to create a new project. So I can either create a new project by clicking the blue plus up here or the new REPL here. So I'm going to click on new REPL. And I'm asked which language do I want to code in. We're coding in Python. And I'm going to give it the name Turtle. And then I'm going to click Create REPL. So it opens in this view here. And in this view here, we have the coding area at the top of the screen. And then we've got the console area down at the bottom. We're actually needing to change that just so it works a wee bit better with what we're going to do. So on the right hand side, we are going to click on settings. We're going to change the layout from stacked to side by side. So what I suggest you do is you pause the video now and you go and get your new REPL project opened. So we're now ready to start programming. And for all our Turtle programs, we need the line from Turtle import all. Okay? And we're now ready to start using the Turtle and telling the Turtle to do stuff. So for example, if I type forward and then in brackets how far I want the turtle to go, and then click on the run button, what I do is I get a wee preview here and the turtle has now moved forward 100. I can also get the turtle to turn. So I can type in right and the turtle will turn right, and then I can go forward 100. And what we'll see here is the turtle goes forward, it turns right, and it goes forward again another 100. After this, I can add maybe a left 90, so I'm adding in the brackets here, I'm adding in the angle that I want to go to, and we are going to go forward 100 again. So now when I run it, it goes left, but I've got an error here. Name forward is not defined, and that's just because I've mistyped forward. So if you get any errors, it's best to look at the spelling, or maybe you've got an opening bracket but not got a closing bracket. So if I now run it, my turtle now goes on a wee wiggly wobbly journey. So when we're talking about turning, we're talking about the angle between one line to another. So for example here, if the turtle is going this way here, and I turn 30 degrees right, I will be here. An alternative to going 30 degrees right is going 330 degrees to the left, and you'll get to the same position. So combining forwards and lefts and rights, we can actually create shapes. I wonder what shape this here is going to create on the screen. Let's have a wee look at it in REPL. So here we're in REPL, and the first line was forward 100, right 90, and that was actually duplicated 4 times. So I'm just going to highlight that content, copy it, and paste it in 4 times, and then I'm going to click the run And what we get when we run that, and all our sides are 100, we get a square. And if I now change the first one to 200 and the third one to 200, run it again, this time round we get our rectangle. So the code that we have here, when we run it, it gives us a rectangle. And that's just by combining lefts, rights and forward, we can get this rectangle. So what I want you to do now is I want you to pause the video and I want you to create your version of a REPL called Turtle. And if you can't remember how to do that, jump back to the video, or if you've not done it, jump back in the video and you'll see how to do it. And I want you to write some code that will create the rectangle below. So it's 80 high and 300 long. Pause the video and go and do that now. Now we can add lots of different colours to the lines that we're using in Turtle and the colour that we're using in Turtle. So let's head over to REPL and see how to do that. Here we are in REPL and it's really easy to add colour. We just need to add 3 lines of code. So at the top, I'm going to add the line colour and then brackets. Now you'll probably have noticed there that colour is spelt the American way, and that's just because Python was developed by a team of Americans. And inside my brackets, I'm going to put a quotation mark and then the colour that I want. So let's go for orange. And then we're going to have the code begin underscore fill, open brackets, close brackets, and you'll see there I put the opening one in, REPL put the closing one in. And then at the end of the shape, it's really important that we put end, fill, open, close. And now if I run my code, it's that, oh, but we've got an error, name end fill is not defined, and I've just mistyped end fill, so we'll fix that. We will run it, and we will get an orange rectangle there. So what I would like you to now go and do is pause this video again, go back to your Turtle REPL where you've got that 300 by 80 rectangle, and I want you to add the code that will colour that rectangle in any colour you want. You name a colour, it's likely that it will exist in Turtle. But if it doesn't, something like red, green or blue will definitely work. So now that we know how to go forward, left, right, and to colour in shapes, we can actually use that information to create flags like this here. This here is the Ukrainian flag. So I'm going to go through this and we're going to build it in Turtle. The way that I'm approaching it is when the program starts, my turtle is facing along this line between the yellow and the blue. So the first thing we want to do is we want to turn left and go forward. Now how far are we going to go forward? Well, the full size of the flag is 120 and there are 2 shapes, so half of 120 is 60. So we're going to go forward 60, we're then going to turn right 90 degrees, go forward 180 and then turn right another 90 degrees, and we're actually going to finish the blue shape there. So let's head over to REPL and do that now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the plus in the top right corner, create a new Python REPL, and I'm going to call it flag1, and then we're going to click create. And the first thing we need to do, of course, is remember and go from Turtle, import all. Now, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go left 90 degrees. Then we want to go forward, what was it? What do we say? 120 divided by 260. Then we want to go right 190, forward 180. So if we run that and see what happens, so we have got the start of our flag. So if we just have a look at what that looks like on the PowerPoint, we've started here, we've gone up here, and we have gone along to here. So we now need to turn right and go down 160, and then we're ready to think about the colour. So we said we now have to go right 90, forward 60. So if we run that again, and this is the best approach, we'll write a wee bit of code, run it, we've got the top. I'm now going to do my fill, so we want colour, remember, no U, royal blue, begin, underscore fill, and then end underscore fill. Now when we run it, we get the blue circle. And you'll see what's happened. I've not quite finished it. My turtle hasn't made it all the way round, but Python has figured, well, actually it starts there and ends there. It goes all the way up and round. So let's just fill in the space in between all blue. So now what we have is we have the blue shape. So we now need to think about how we are going to do the yellow shape. So we're going to go down, forward 60, right 90, then go forward 180, and then go right 90 and up 60 again. So let me very quickly pop that in. So we're going to do all the colour stuff. So colour, yellow, begin, fill. Then we said forward 60, right 90 was it? Yep. Forward 180, and then I think that's us. End, fill, run. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, okay. So what have I gone wrong? I'm missing a right 90, a forward 60. So let's go put that in. Right 90, forward 60. So run, and we then have the Ukrainian flag. So that's how we put together the Ukrainian flag. The code for it that I have looks very similar to this. If you want to go and have a look at it, the web address to my flag is in the bottom right hand side of your screen. So it's now over to you. In case you've done task 0, I've now got 3 tasks for you to do based on flags. And the information about these, as well as being here in the video, are also in the Word document attached to this video. So the first flag I want you to do is the Haiti flag. So this is flag 1, and we have got 2 colours here. We've got a navy rectangle and then a red 3 rectangle, and we need to work out how to do that. I'll give you a wee tip on how to do this flag. The Haitian flag is very similar to the Ukrainian flag. So why don't you have a look back in the video if you're not sure. Once you've done task 1, task 2, I'd like you to do either the German flag or the Malayan flag. Okay? The German flag, very similar to the Haitian and Ukrainian. We've just got 3 bars instead of 2. The Malayan flag, a little bit different as we're going up and down instead of along the way. Task 3, I would like most of you to have a go at. Some of you might find this too difficult, but I would like most of you to have a go at. And that's doing the flag of the Bahamas. And what's different about this is we have got a triangle on the screen. And when you're doing this, you need to think about how the turtle works. So if my turtle is in this top corner and it's facing this way, then it turns from here to here. Now we don't know what that angle is, but we do know the angle inside the triangle is 60 degrees because it tells us here. So from here to here is 90 degrees, and from here to here is 60, so from here to here has to be 30. So as I said, I think most of you should be able to do this, but there are some of you that might find this really quite challenging. And if you do, provided you've got the German or the Malayan flag, I'm happy. And then lastly, I'd like most of you to try this. Pick any flag in the world and try and create it in REPL. At this point, you should have done task 0. Now that this video is over, you can have a look at task 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're not sure what you need to do, re-watch this video, pause it as many times if you want, and if that doesn't work, please ask for help. All the best, and I look forward to seeing the flags that you produce.